Foxtrot. We are approaching Seattle right now. There's the ferry boat. There's one of the cruise ships. Over here is CenturyLink Field, home of the greatest team in the NFL, the Seattle Seahawks. And then over here is T-Mobile Park, what used to be Safeco Field, home of the Seattle Mariners that hopefully one day will start be contenders again for the World Series. At any rate, they're a good team, and hopefully they will start picking things up again. Of course, with COVID-19, we don't know if we're going to have baseball or football this year, right? Well, anyway, there's Seattle. What we're going to do is we're going to be flying towards SeaTac, and I'm going to pick up some ILS frequencies and explain to you a little bit about them. But until then, let's take a look at this beautiful city of Seattle. There's the Space Needle. Give it a little power here. When Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 comes out, everything's going to be detailed to the T. Right now, I don't know why, but the other day when I was flying Seattle, it had Husky Stadium over here, and that's where it belongs. But right now, Husky Stadium is right there. That's not where Husky Stadium is. But for whatever reason, unless that's a different stadium, I don't think of another stadium. I don't think there's a stadium close by. There's the music hall that Paul Allen built. Then the Space Needle built in 1962. Okay, well there is Husky Stadium over there. So maybe there is another stadium. I don't remember seeing a stadium down below the Space Needle recently, but maybe that's changed. I don't know. It's been a while since. I don't live in Seattle. I live in a town outside of Seattle. But let's go ahead and go toward Husky Stadium. That is Husky Stadium right there. If you're a college football fan, that's where you go. See your Washington Huskies. Trying to go to the left wing here. There we go. There's Husky Stadium. Okay, let's jump back into the plane here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to start heading now toward SeaTac, and I'm going to raise our elevation to about 1900, kick in a little power here. Flying completely off of the Autopilot. Too bad there's not a game going on right now. The seats are empty. Go Huskies. Okay, so what we want to do is go at about maybe 160. Heading indicator. Adjust. The knob is adjusted to about 164, 163. Now, there's actually in real life there's 3 runways to SeaTac. There's 16 left, 16 center, 16 right, 34 left, 34 center, 34 right. But in Microsoft Flight Simulator, of course this came out in 2006. So it's been a while. There was just 16 left, 16 right, 34 left, 34 right. Now 16 left and 34 right are the same runway. 16 left is coming from this direction about 160 degrees, and 34 right is coming from the opposite direction about 340 degrees. And they have the same frequency, ILS frequency, 110.30. So let's go to 110.30 and we'll bring that in. Now 16 left has a letter designation of India, Sierra, November, Quebec. And the ident on that should be dot 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 dash dot dash dash dot dash. So we'll listen to it. There's 16 left right there. Okay. Now 16 right is 111.70. So we'll bring that 111.70 is already in there. We'll activate that. And this is India, Sierra, Zulu, India. And it should be dot 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 dash dash dot 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 dot. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and contact the tower here, and that would be Seattle Tacoma International Tower, and we are going to ask for Class D transition. That way if they have any planes, they'll let us know that they're there. We do intend on landing there, but not yet. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly to the other side. Let me bring up my GPS here, and let me show you something here on the GPS. We're going to fly just about, I just want to kind of fly away from the airport a little bit. Message. Okay, so now we can hit nearest airport here, and then we should be picking up KC here shortly. Okay, there's KC right there. And so what you can do with this right here is you can enter in frequencies from your GPS 500 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now whether it's going to be like this for the new Flight Simulator, I don't know. We'll be finding out. So at any rate, we got KC. I'm going to go ahead and activate a GPS to KC. Let me clear that. Press and hold clear. And so we got a direct flight right now to or a direct line there to KC. So what I want to demonstrate though with this is if you hit KC, hit enter, you got these page groups here. See these pages right here? And then you got this outer button, change within page groups. So I can change within those page groups there. And so now you got all these frequencies here. And then watch this, when I push the cursor and then this inner knob here, you can scroll down. Okay, and so I've got let's look at, let me go ahead and just mess these up right here. Okay, so those are messed up. So now I got 16 right. Say we're going to be going on the other side, so I got, let me go down to 34 left. Now watch what happens to this number right here when I hit enter. See that 111.70? Now you could look at that and just put it in, or you can just press enter and boom, it's there, and then you can make it active. And then now I'm pushing the cursor again, bringing it down again, and we got 34 right, See that number there? Look at this right here, 108.60. Press enter, 110.30. And so there you go. And now keep in mind, look at this here, 16 left. 16 left has 110.30, and then also 34 right has 110.30. They're both the same runway, just from opposite sides. And the same with 16 right and 34 left, 111.70. However, when you're on this side, when you're approaching 34 left and 34 right, you have those same frequencies, you know, as 16 left, 16 right, but you have a different letter designation for those ILSs. And so for those different letter designations, you also have, of course, a different Morse code. But that's how you know. You look at your chart and you hear the Morse code, and you look at the dots on your chart for whichever runway that you're trying to set your ILS frequency for, and it'll be the Morse code corresponding to that, to those letter designations. For example, 34 left has India Tango Uniform Charlie. 34 right has India Sierra Echo Alpha. And again, remember when we were approaching 16 left and 16 right, 16 left had India Sierra November Quebec, and 16 right had India Sierra Zulu India. But now that we are on this side of the runway, whenever we hit now 110.30, instead of picking up the Morse code for India Sierra November Quebec, we are going to pick up the Morse code for India Sierra Echo Alpha. We're on this side of the runway now. We're not pointed toward it, but it doesn't matter. We're just on this side of the runway. And so now we should hear for 110.30 on our ident. You can activate that by this button here or by that button there. We should hear dot 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 dash. Okay, and so now for 34 left we should hear dot dot dash dot dot dash dash dot dash dot. Alrighty. And so now this tells the pilots what runway they are heading for, and that they have the correct ILS frequency locked in to that runway. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to use the GPS and the ILS to land, but let's see where the wind is coming in from. It's 117, so it's going to be 16 left, 16 right. Let me demonstrate, bring this up again. I'm going to demonstrate now, bringing in the ATIS. KC, where are you? Okay, bringing in, go down here. ATIS frequency is 118.00. Now if I press enter, it'll bring it into this number right here. Watch this. Press enter. Boom, 118.00. However, right now I'm in contact with the tower, so I don't want to interrupt that frequency. So I'm just going to manually put in 118.00 here. And I am going to activate that. And I have both of them on right now. Both means COM 1 and COM 2 are active. nav 1, you got your nav 2. It can be either or nav 1 or nav 2. It can't be both. And then you got your marker and then your DME and your ADF. So 16 right, 16 left are in use. So we're going to clear this. I'm going to go ahead and put that back on standby so we don't have to hear it forever and ever. I'm going to bring that down, bring that down. There's the runway. I don't see any planes coming in and landing today. I don't know what's going on, man. So anyway, we're going to head toward the city a little bit. And what I want to do is I want to get onto this side. See that line right there? That's when I activated my SeaTac. If I do that again, watch what happens. Enter. Oh, let me do that again. Press the cursor, activate. Okay. Enter, activate. Now let me press and hold clear. That's where that line is. So wherever your position, if my plane was right there, it would draw a line from my plane to that, to the where the airport is. Now that line isn't going to follow you. It's just going to be from where you initially set that up. But shortly what we're going to do, I'm not going to contact tower until we get way over onto the other side of the ILS feather there. See these feathers? And the one ILS feather is for 16 left, the other one for 16 right. Now, whether real GPS in real life have these feathers or not, or whether that's optional, I noticed in X-Plane there are no feathers. So, but in Microsoft Flight Simulator they are. I find these feathers very helpful. So we're going to go ahead and start heading a little bit north here, maybe about 3,400. So we'll be sort of parallel with the runway, opposite. You know, we'll be parallel with SeaTac. SeaTac right there. I think the runway headings is like 300. I forget. It's like 343 degrees or something like that. But they go to the closest zero. They round off to the closest zero. And 163 or 158 or I don't know, one of those. It's all in the map. If you go to the map here, you can see all of that. I'm not going to go to the map because that pauses the game. Now, when the new Flight Simulator comes out, that might be a different story. I don't know. When the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 comes out, when you look down here and you see a house, that's going to be the actual house or the building or whatever. If there's a junkyard down there or a baseball field, that's going to be where it really is in real life. In this particular version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 10, a lot of this is generated. The city is pretty accurate to detail, but a lot of the other buildings are generated, auto-generated. It might not be accurate. So you can see these right here. These are little waypoints. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you see November Echo Zulu Uniform Juliet. You can actually use this nearest right here and switch over and lock into these particular waypoints. If you have a chart, I don't know how accurate it is to real life. Here's November Echo Zulu Golf, and it shows you the bearing of it, and you can actually go there and activate it from here. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to be requesting a landing. So press and hold clear, and so now we're going to full stop landing.
Cessna Golf Charlie Foxtrot Foxtrot land. Cessna Golf Charlie Foxtrot Foxtrot Seattle Tower. Take straight in. Runway 16 right.
16 right.
3002.
Altimeter 3002. Set the altimeter. It is 3002 now. I'm going to acknowledge my instructions.
Make straight in. Runway 16 right.
Okay. Now he might clear me to land here pretty soon because I'm already on this side. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do procedure, select approach, press enter, 16 right, press enter, vectors. He said expect vectors. I'm going to go ahead and activate it. Press enter and then press clear. I'm going to show you now. See that line right there? So what that does is there's a vector to final, that's Sierra, Oscar, Delta, Oscar, Echo. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm flying on the heading right now. This is in GPS mode. Okay, bring this up. I'm going to hit nav, and then now we're flying off the GPS. We're going to vectors to final, Sierra, Oscar, Delta, Oscar, Echo. Okay, and we have the ILS frequency. He was saying 16 right, so that's 111.70. That's already loaded in. So let me go ahead and do the ident. The ident on 16 right should be dot 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 dash dash dot 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 dot.
Foxtrot Foxtrot clear to land. Runway 16 right.
Clear to land.
Runway 16. Seattle Airport.
Dot 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 dash dash dot 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 dot. Okay, we got it. And now you don't have to have that on. This is just a ident. You can have that off. You're still locked into this frequency. It's still going in. And so we're getting pretty close now. Our GPS right now is flying us to vectors to final, Sierra, Oscar, Delta, Oscar, Echo. But we're getting pretty close to lining up. And as soon as we line up, I'm going to go ahead and switch this to nav mode and then hit my approach hold switch. Right now I got my altitude set to 1900. Okay. And so we are 1 minute away from this waypoint right here, and you can see as we get closer there's going to be like a little box right here. It's going to go toward this triangle. This is 2 mile. When you zoom in, you can zoom in all the way to 1500, 1500. See that little box? Actually, I'm just pointing from that side. Coming in from that side. So, okay, so we got this lined up. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the nav and then hit the approach hold switch. And so we can see we're flying underneath the glide slope. If you look at this, it says GS, it means glide slope. There's GS and there's GS right there. And we're lined up vertically already. We're just about ready to line up horizontally. When we line up horizontally, the altitude hold switch is going to go out, and then we're going to start descending toward the runway. How's my speed? Still a little fast. Okay. So now see how the altitude hold switch went out? So we are now lined up. I'm going a lot faster than I should be though. So I'm going to slow it way down. I'm going to stick a little bit of flap out here. When you're in this white here, you can stick your flaps out. Above that you shouldn't. And I'm going to try to keep it around between 65 and 70. I'm going about 75 right now. If you hit Shift Z, you got this number right here, and it can tell you the direction of the wind coming at 210, 209 degrees. It's varying, you know, and then at 2 knots. So I am trying to stay on that glide slope. I slowed down a little bit to try to not to overfly it. So I'm just trying to control my speed. These crosshairs should be just a plus. You got PAPI lights. PAPI is Precision Approach Path Indicator. Should be 2 white and 2 red. So we're doing pretty good now. Should start dropping again, picking up a little bit of speed. We got three white and 1 red. So try to slow it down a little bit so it can kind of drop. They say the ideal landing speed for a Cessna is 65 knots. Flying a little high, but that's okay. We've got a long runway here. Flaps all the way down. A little power so that we don't lose our momentum. Just about perfect now.
Seattle Tower, orbit 25557 miles north, eastbound ILS, runway 16 left approach. Orbit 2557, Seattle Tower, fly straight in, runway 16 left, altimeter 3000.
I got a plane behind me, so I better. Oh, it's 16 left. They're landing. Sorry about that. Jets are going to land there. Got a big old bright runway here. This is all the ILS here. There we go. Got two white, 2 red. I'm going a little slow actually, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit turn off the autopilot. I'm going to just press Z on the keyboard and that turns it off. You're going to hear a tone. Okay, there we go. The reason why I kind of dove like that, I probably don't have it trimmed as well as I should. So anyway, we've got a little bit of a wind here, 7 knot wind, so a little bit of right rudder. Runway here, and I'm going to flare, bring it down, flare. Okay. Left rudder, I should say. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to exit, and thank you very much for flying with me. Hopefully I explain things okay. Bring my flaps up, and we will.
Cessna, Oscar, Foxtrot, contact ground on 121.7. Going to 121.7.
Check out this jet coming in for a landing. That's the jet that was coming in for landing.
Seattle ground, Cessna Golf Charlie Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, request taxi to gate. Cessna Golf Charlie Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, taxi to 8 Sierra, Niner using taxiway Foxtrot Echo Bravo. Taxiing to gate Sierra, Niner using taxiway Foxtrot Echo Bravo, Cessna Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot.
Have a good day, everyone.